So you want to play GameCube games on the Dolphin Emulator, but you can't find a good controller to mimic the GameCube controller. Well, why not just use the actual GameCube controller? Today, I'm going to teach you how to do just that. We're going to hook an authentic GameCube controller to the PC and play on the Dolphin Emulator. Things you will need are an authentic GameCube controller and the Wii U GameCube adapter. They sell these on eBay and Amazon. If you don't have one, they make third-party ones. The one I have was the original one that Nintendo released for the Wii U. You will also need basic understanding of the Dolphin Emulator. This tutorial can be a little tricky, so just pay attention to what I do. First thing we're going to do is open the Dolphin Emulator. Now, you want to go to Controllers. Okay, you also want to go ahead and plug your GameCube controller in the adapter and plug the adapter in your PC, one of your USB ports. The black one is the one that uses the controller itself. Your gray one is optional. That's actually only for rumble. You don't necessarily have to plug that one in. But if you want your controller to rumble, then by all means plug it in. Now, in your controller settings, we've already plugged this stuff in, and then you open Dolphin. You go to GameCube controllers, port 1, GameCube adapter for Wii U. This is a option that is in version 5.0 of Dolphin. That's the version I have. Honestly, I probably need to update it. If you go to configure and it lets you configure, then that means you're good. You already have the proper driver to use this. But here's my issue. GameCube adapter for Wii U at port 1. Error opening adapter operation not supported or unimplemented on this platform. So here we go. We have an issue and we're going to fix it. The driver that you want, I'm going to leave a link to this exact page in the description below. It's called Zadig, or my brain wants to say Zadig. Zadig. So what we're going to do, right click that. The download starts. There it is. Zadig 2.9.exe. It shouldn't take long. It's not a huge file. 5.1 megabytes. Done. Since we can't configure it in Dolphin, we're just going to close out of Dolphin. We're going to drag our new download onto the desktop. Let's click Zadig and see what happens. Now keep in mind, you want to have your GameCube controller plugged in the PC before you start this. Let's click it. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? Yes. Do you want to allow Zadig to check for application updates online? We're going to say no. Alright, so once you launch it, you're looking at this now. You want to go to Options, select List All Devices. And now it's registering all your devices. You've got this drop-down menu, okay? And this is all your different devices. For example, this V8S, that's the microphone that I'm talking into right now, but we're not doing that. This driver is going to detect my GameCube controller. And the GameCube controller is going to be WUP-028. That's the GameCube controller. Select that. See the USB ID. You want the USB ID to be 057E0337. That is the correct ID for this GameCube controller. The HID USB is the current driver. We want to change it to the Win USB. These two things should automatically select right there whenever you select your GameCube controller up here. Okay, so you shouldn't have to mess with either of these. I didn't. This automatically showed up like this, and that is exactly what you want. If your thing doesn't look exactly like this, then you can use these arrows to select through what you got. And whatever your current driver is right here, that's what it is. Now you want to click Replace Driver. If everything you've done looks just like this, you want to click Replace Driver. You are about to modify a system driver. Are you sure this is what you want?
Yeah!
The driver was installed successfully. That's what you want to see. Good deal. We're good. Hit close. Okay, that took about 2 minutes of me sitting here twiddling my thumbs, making sure that everything is good, and it is. We are good. Look, there's your current driver. Okay, so now we can close Zadig, and this program right here, you want to hold on to it. Put it somewhere safe. I'm just going to move it over here for now. I'll do something with it later. Now, before we move on, if you want to return your driver to its vanilla state, you want to open your control panel, go to Hardware and Sound, and go to Device Manager. Within Device Manager, you just want to look up Universal Serial Bus Devices, WUP-028. If you want to reset that, right-click it, go to Properties, and see now this is the actual driver of your GameCube controller. You go to the driver tab, and you can go to Uninstall. You would click Uninstall Device, and then you would hit the checkbox that says Delete the driver software for this device, and then proceed. That's how you get rid of it, and you revert back to the vanilla driver that you did have. Now, if your driver installation fails, here's a troubleshooting moment. If you get the message that says driver installation failed, you will launch Task Manager, okay? This did not happen for me. You sat there and watched how mine did it. So if you have driver installation failed, you will open Task Manager, okay? And here it is. This is what it would look like. You would have to kill installer underscore times 64.exe or installer underscore at times 86.exe from the Task Manager. Then you delete this. It would look like this. User profile percent USB underscore driver. Okay, this, you delete that and then run Zadig again. And try again. Once you delete this out of your Task Manager, it should install the driver successfully. That's if you have an error message saying driver installation failed. I hope I explained that good enough for you to understand, because I don't have an example to show you. Mine installed successfully. If yours does not, then you go to Task Manager, look up one of these two things, and you stop them, and then you delete this. Okay? User profile percent USB driver. You delete that. Now, with that out of the way, now that we have the driver properly installed, you go back to Opening Dolphin, go up here to Controllers. Now let's try this again. Configure, adapter detected, enable rumble. We don't want to simulate the bongos. Look, it just simply detects your adapter. There's no configuring the buttons or anything like that. So with that being said, let's see if it works. It does. I just pushed the start button and it worked. Okay, we're having issues. Okay, it's working. It wasn't working for a second there, and I was wondering if there was something going on, but I think it's my controller's wire. There may be a short in it. This is an old controller. Oh, this feels so good using a GameCube controller. Now, the whole reason that I did this is because playing Super Mario Eclipse without the GameCube controller is kind of cumbersome. You can use other controllers that have the analog trigger buttons. You know, I have a GameSir controller that's from Amazon, and it's an awesome controller. Wonderful controller. I think it's a little over $30, and it's worth every penny. It's a great controller. Anyway, it's not the best analog triggers. It's fine, but they're a little too sensitive for my taste as far as being able to barely push the trigger and you're spraying water like this. And with the actual GameCube controller, I can push it all the way down and I'm running around. And then I can push it until it clicks and Mario stops. Super Mario Sunshine is probably the most sensitive when it comes to the pushing of the buttons, of the trigger buttons, I mean. I really hope that this tutorial helped you. I really do. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. I do have a membership option where if you need personal help, where we can talk to each other one-on-one, on Discord or Facebook or Twitter, I have a membership option. If you become a member, I will make it a priority to come help you. So I want to thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful. I've got other tutorials coming. I will see you in the next adventure.